So this is what you look like when you're born, by the way. This is what a brand new baby looks like from the mind map. We have no conscious ability to reject anything. Everything is 100% acceptance into the subconscious. And this is why habits that don't serve us can get right in there. When let me go back. When you're talking about the terror barrier comes after decision. It comes after there's a struggle between paradigm and intuition. That goes on as we're processing information on a daily basis, and we get a new idea for something and we want to change something. That's when the paradigm and the intuition are going to be in a struggle. Once we make a decision on something, let's say we push forward and the intuition overrules the paradigm, or we consciously overrule the paradigm. I did it today. I went for a run just before this meeting. And my paradigm said, I have a million things to do. You have emails to check, like this is coming up. But I consciously said, no, it's like, I need to work on my body too. And I went for a run. It's a perfect example of me consciously overruling a paradigm. I didn't really feel like going for a run, but I knew that it was the best thing for my body. So we do this stuff all the time. Anytime you consciously overrule, you get up early, the alarm goes off, it's like, I just want to lay in bed. And you consciously say, you know what? No, I want to get up and go do something. That is you consciously overruling a paradigm. The brushing of the teeth, if you guys have seen that, I went live today, brushing my teeth left-handed. I did that as an example of something you guys can do to, and Angie's the one that suggested that, by the way, so great job. But try that. Try brushing your teeth with the non-dominant hand for 30 days straight. It'll highlight what a paradigm is. Like 10 days in, you're like, okay, that's enough. It's like, no, that's your paradigm telling you to overrule a decision you made 10 days before. That's a perfect example. And it's the same thing. Obviously, the brushing of the teeth is a simple thing, but if you can do it for one thing, you can do it for all things. So, Angie, to describe what the terror barrier is, the terror barrier happens when we have, let me get rid of the top thing here for a second. Terror barrier. There we go. Oops, where'd you guys go? All right, try this again. The terror barrier happens when you have a new idea in the conscious mind. Like, I'm going to quit my job and go full-time in network marketing. A lot of you can probably resonate with that. And your paradigm is set to the 40-hour work week. We have many programs about what we've been doing for the last 10, 20, 30 years. So the paradigm just wants to keep doing the same thing. It's designed to keep you on track, just like a thermostat in a house. It's designed to keep you at 70 degrees. And now you're saying, I want to be at 80 degrees, right? So then the conscious mind gets a new idea, call it a Y idea, right? And then the subconscious mind, we have X ideas in there. So it's an XY vibration. It's psychiatrists call this a double binding message. When the conscious and the subconscious are in conflict, it usually generates fear, which generates anxiety. We start to say, what if it doesn't work? What if I fail? What if blah, blah, blah? We what if in the wrong direction based on paradigm. And that expresses physically as anxiety. A good example, if anybody here has ever learned to public speak, if you go back to the first time you've ever done it, more than likely, unless you're an unconscious competent, you had some fears around that, probably some anxiety. And whether you push through or not is your ability to push through what we call the terror barrier, which is also lesson 7 in thinking and the results. We get way deep into it. But that's really what happens. When you guys are challenging yourselves with new ideas, you're going to get some conflict from the conscious and the subconscious. It's going to show up as anxiety, and you guys got to push through. There's no way around it. When you push through it and you get up on stage and public speak and you do it again and again and again, all of a sudden you won't have any fear. You'll build a new program called I'm Comfortable on Stage. That makes sense. So that struggle happens after decision, after the, because if you have a fleeting thought about quitting your job, you won't get anxiety about it. Be like, oh, that'd be cool. But if you start to say, wait a minute, no, I'm going to do this. And what would it look like? And when am I going to do it? I'm going to do it next month. Holy cow. You'll feel it in your body. And that's what's going on. That's why it's so important to have this mind map printed out on your desk. Like, understand what's happening so you can master your mind, right? That's why you call this Mindset Masters. and you can start to have your mind work for you instead against you.